Lost connection then, folks. Just going to go back up onto the walls. Evening, Beverly. Anybody else picks anything up, just feel free to shout up, take some screenshots as I'm walking around, and we'll have a look in the pictures later on. Evening, Coops. Yeah, well, I'm out here now. It'll be dark in half an hour, Coops. Evening, Rach. By the time I hopefully get back to that tower at the starting point, it'll be dusk. I might do Coops, yeah. See, this is what I'm very interested in, is the water coming right up. It's Chester Race Course. Hello, Sarah. Just having a little walk around Chester city centre, around the walls. Let's see what we're picking up. I was drawn here 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've just done a rerun from last night. Lost the video, so I'm just having another little walk around. Please feel free to take some screenshots, and we'll have a look if we see anything on the pictures, because we had stuff last night. Just walked past Stanley Palace, that's on the first video, and a few of the towers. So we're walking up towards the castle now. It's a nice house if I've ever seen one. When we was picking up on the side street before, we was getting coaches and carts and horses. Grey Friars, not like the cemetery in Edinburgh. Have I got a bow and arrow ready? I did have last night. Gorgeous house, my type of house that. Picked up on that last night, a gentleman with the bow and arrow, Sarah, and take aim. Looking out in all that area, it's very rich, overlooking the race courses, Curzon Park. It will get a bit noisier as we walk towards the road down the bottom, and the police station. Wow. For some reason the EVP stopped. So I'll reset that again and go through that when I get home. That's twice it's done that tonight. Lovely establishment there, the architect, if no one's been in there, highly recommend it. The bridge there where the car's going over, it's going out into Hambridge and leads out into North Wales. Evening, Lee. Again, that's gone off again, the recorder. It's 3 times now. Again, that's gone off again. Well, there you go again. That's 4 times now. As you can see, I've got the EVP there, keeps getting stopped. So I've reset it 3 times now after it's stopped, and I'll go over that later on. Chester Castle to the left, just there, and Chester Crown Court's over here. Evening, Lee. I feel like I'm a little bit more at ease now. I'm walking around this part. Again, I feel my head was a little bit clamped down the back corner. Right down the other end. So all the way down here we've come round the walls. I feel a hell of a lot more lighter now I'm down this part of the area. Pan this round to Chester Crown Court there. Just walking up to the main roads, and then it should start going a bit quieter for a while. So this is what is known as the Route D. So there's the Crown Court and the castle. Don't mind a few hours in there one night. I'll get used to it, Joanne. I always go where spirits take me, whatever day or time of the night. And that's the bridge there is on the way out of Chester over the River Dee. Got the castle there. Bizarre, there's none of that building on the side of that there that's left. So you see what the city was like in its times. And back to 1070. Right, well I'd be classed as an intruder, basically an outsider, where I'm walking now back in them days. But maybe you could go for me if you was here now, Alison. Maybe you'd go in trance, and that's what might happen with the person that you're picking up on. I'm seeing a person being paid 3 coins as well. When you've said that to me, I'm seeing 3 coins being passed. It was interesting earlier on when I started the live feed. I felt drawn to a really cold night. I'm still picking up on that, but it's not raining as much now. Over there to the right we've got Hambridge. And thank you for everyone that's tuning in, much appreciated. Coming up to the interesting part now, I feel, once we get over the bridge and by the River Dee. That's where I feel it started misting up a little bit in a few areas. I felt like spirits wanted to come forward and really work with me last night. I'm going to take you to a couple of buildings I have been in as well. Been in Stanley Palace, we've done that. I'm going to walk up to another 2 black and white buildings in a minute. And I've had some amazing evidence in there. One, you're not allowed to do any investigations, but I've had some good communication. And the other one's been on TV. Evening, Sadie. You're getting the shivers now. I felt freezing earlier on when I was just coming up to that corner. It was absolutely ice cold. Just coming up to the university on my left hand side. Let's just pan round. Chester University. And then I might stop in a second and just put trigger object out as a River Dee. Just run all the way out to the peninsula, out into the Irish Sea. So just set a and just wait for this person to pass by us. Yes, it is the old King's Head. The old King's Head, Nigel, well done. Any spirit energies in and around us now? Can you affect that trigger object? Can you make that move? and sit here for a couple of minutes. Evening, Sadie. Okay, is any response on that before I go? I'll give it one more call out. Can you move that ball for me, please? The person that's been following me over the left hand shoulder. Can you move that ball? Okay. And on we go, going to walk around now. Now this is going to be a busier part of the street. Just moving my bag off my shoulder, putting it aside. Again, this is raw, it is what it is. Get out there, bring spirits in and around you. Anyone gets any names, let me know. Okay, just been given the name of Joel. Joel. Now, temperature's really dropping now, it's getting cool. Cold on the face. Let these people past. Okay. Try not to get anybody on the video that I don't know, basically. Again, I am on my own. And I feel it'll start getting interesting. This is where I started, and this is where we are now, which is just about halfway round now. I'm going to come back up here, but I'm going to walk towards the old King's Head. Another bear and billet on my left. And the last time I was here, and a few other times, we're getting people picking up on these doorways, a lady cleaning, looking after their establishment, their house. So the King's Studios, 1064. Little black and white buildings off it as well. So I'm going to walk back down here as well. Avril or April. Okay, what colour was you getting? Shipgate Street. Cross Keys. There's 2 cross keys in Chester, I believe. I'm going to go up to the top of the road, then I'm going to drop down back onto the walls again in a second. Tap. Nice how they've kept it in, and there's the old King's Head, 1622. Purple. Well, funny enough, last night when I'd done the walk around on one of the screenshots We had purple energy come in and around us last night. So if anyone wants to visit Chester, stay in there. If you're into your paranormal, give that a little go. But I'm walking up to a pub now, and this is the one that I'd really like to get in and do. Yeah, we had purple last night. Hello. We've got the Falcon in. The dust really starting to come down now. Well, that's the building I'd like to get into on the right hand side. This building here. The Falcon. It's steeped in history. We're going to walk back down now to the walls. Go past the old King's Head again. Been twice in November. Heritage Court through there. We should go really quiet in a minute when I get down to the bottom on the left and go back up the walls. Just turn it around on myself. Quite interesting. Antique dolls in there. Anyone wants any? Again, the old King's Head behind us. And these are the places that start really opening up. Are these alleyways, very full of life and energy and spirits. Yeah, it definitely does. But again, it's with the times, isn't it? There'll be a reason, Kel, why that's all changed from the black and white. Trigger objects are just basically our spirits to work with and move. Some people like a K2. I just like the cheap cat balls where if any energy goes in and around them, sets them off. Okay, but I just find this row of houses very interesting. To the left hand side. Oh right, okay. Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of dolls as well can be used as capsules, so they can hold energies. I'm not a big fan of the dolls, basically, because you don't know what they've came across in the time, if it's a very old doll. You got the better than billet there. Right, this is where hopefully now it'll start really opening up. Okay. Nearly bought an apartment here when I first set out in Chester as a youngster. The light's starting to drop now. So, Ridge Gate in the old days. And that's the weir. As we're sweeping around now, we should come into the amphitheatre in about 5 minutes time. That part is known as Hambridge over there. I'd say we're a good 20-25 foot up. Do have a local park over the back, just over that side. Nice in the summer. We've had Victorian baths there, dating back in Love Street. So anyone wants to have a little look and Google on Love Street, and there used to be some baths there as well. And this is where it really started to open up last night as we're coming up here. If I do tilt the camera down, it's because there's people's little ones around. So we're quite high up here now. So it's a good 60-80 foot up. Good evening, AD. Coming up to the Roman ruins here to the right hand side. Evening, Tina. Yeah, definitely. And this is what I love about where I am at the moment. It's just the streets, off the streets and the rows of houses. We're coming up to Albion pub in a second. Ensuite accommodation right inside the city walls. So the Roman gardens just down here. of all the old black and white buildings. There's the old underground eating from the Romans. Here would have been the other part of the amphitheatre. Last night I thought I had something just up here on the left hand side as we walk through this archway. There's Pepper Street down there. And we'll be coming up to the world famous clock. And there's the amphitheatre. And that's the part that they want to dig into, but obviously you've got buildings on there now. Looks quite derelict, this one here, this part here. Used to live in Birkenhead. Thank you, Dawn. Taylor 3 gateways. So North Gate. The 12th century. There's Off the Wall.
I agree.
And this is where it was really getting hazy and misty. What's off the wall? It's a bar and pub facility now. It's quite nice in there. Just got the camera to the right because there's people walking down. So virtually right in the centre of the city now. Evening, Jennifer. Thanks for tuning in. Black and white buildings. It's just where I've walked from there. And this is where I feel it really started to open up here, all the way back to the tower. Got the clock just coming up to my left. I see a lot of wear on that doorstep there. So it's been used for many, many, many years. Which hospital, Sadie? Which hospital? Denby. I don't think I'll be going to Denby for a while. Again, I was drawn to this building last night. Coming up to East Gate in a second. Again, I'll try not to read anything of that far. The odd date. And there's the famous clock. 8:10. There's only 3 sides to this clock. Anybody sensing anything? Anybody picking up anything? And now we're into the town centre. There's all the Tudor houses. To the left is the Grosvenor Hotel. Been in there a few times over the years. And a pan down the left hand side. And that's where that Love Street is, right down the bottom. Just the right hand side is Victorian Baths. And the building dated there is 1395 in front of you. Okay, getting a lot of contact. I feel like my head's just been pushed forward.